guys? You're watching Lewis Hanlon. This is my monthly magic vlog. So first things first, happy Valentine's Day. And you know, like, since this is, well, it's not Valentine's Day, but since Valentine's Day is like only in 2 days from now, I decided to make this a Valentine's Day themed video where I say like the top 10 things that I love the most. But first things first, February break is coming soon, which is going to give me a lot of time to film more of the rest of my series, so I can finally release the videos that I promised you guys. So this is going to be pretty cool. So hopefully I can get them done on YouTube by the end of February break. But to start things off, I got my logo, you know, for my YouTube channel, my logo that I start off with in the beginning of videos. My logo in my introduction, I got it updated. Does this look familiar? You cannot tell me that that is not the coolest thing you've ever seen. Like, I updated the new logo, like, to have little eyes that look really all serious and stuff, so it's a pretty, like, better one because I think it suits my personality the most, because the old one was a little too, like, Chris Angel on the dark side of things and, like the blood and gut side of magic, but I'm not really like that anymore as much as I used to be, so I'm really glad that I updated it to more like the Andrew Main kind of style, because it's more me, you know? Big shout out to A Secret Scenario for letting me use their new song, 180 Degrees. I'll put a link in the description below to their Facebook page, because you should really check them out. They're like one of my most favorite pop punk bands. So let's get to the points here. The top 10 things I love the most. Starting with 10. We're gonna go downwards. Pizza. I love pizza. I don't know if it's like my pop punk background. There's something I just love about pizza. Maybe it's just that I'm a teen and like I don't realize it. I feel like I have an inner teen soul. Like I'm meant to live that lifestyle. It's just something about pizza. It doesn't matter if it's pepperoni, if it's mushrooms, if it's like shrimp. I don't even care. I just love pizza so much. It doesn't really matter to me what kind it is. I will just eat any kind of pizza. Just so delicious. I don't know why. And Mark's Pizzeria is like the best place in the world. If you get that 2-slice special, it's a great deal. Number 9, big cities. I grew up in like Syracuse area, so I'm kind of like used to being around a lot of public places for just recreation and a lot of busy stuff. I'm not really a country person, even though I'm living out here in the country. Which is why another reason why I'm really excited to go to college, because I'll finally be around that sort of atmosphere. I also grew up visiting New York City a lot, and the first time I went to New York City, there was actually a street performer there who was a juggler. And I saw this guy, he was juggling like 9 balls at a time, like right on the street. He was one of those street performers. I was his volunteer, which is probably the main reason why I'm into magic and so like passionate about it as I am, because that was the first encounters of a street performer I ever seen. Of course, I'm a street magician, but it still revolves around the same concept. It's showmanship, guys, it's showmanship. But there was also a magician there that I saw that day. He was doing a sponge ball routine, which really amazed me, because magic, when it happens in the other person's hands rather than the magician's, like the sponge ball routine where you make one ball teleport to the spectator's hand, that was just fascinated me. And another thing is, a quote by David Copperfield is that magicians don't always get to experience what they present to the audience, and so you gotta try to remember, if you're a magician, like, you gotta try to remember, like, moments in time of how great magic felt when you first saw it. So it's a really cool thing. Number 8. The big 8. The big 8 ball. I love to laugh. it just keeps me occupied when I'm bored, or it just keeps me entertained. Because the key to being happy is thinking stupid thoughts. When I'm bored, you will not see me once not laughing. It just keeps me busy and happy. Just like I said, the key to being happy is thinking stupid thoughts. Get what I'm saying? No? Okay, let's move on to number 7. Freaking people out. Yeah, I love to freak people out. Whether it's with magic, by shocking them so much, or showing people horror movies, you know, like trying to scare them. I've always been a prankster and have worked at haunted, Halloween-related attractions, so it's just in my heart to get, like, some sort of unexpected reactions out of people by applying the unexpected to them or showing something unexpected to them, because I've always been obsessed with social experiments. Or number 5, as far as the athletic part, long walks. Long walks. I love long walks. I'll pretty much walk anywhere where there's people. Like earlier I said I like cities. I'll walk anywhere where there's lots of people, because, you know, I love people. Being a magician, I'll just walk anywhere where I can just people watch, or I can just see cars go by, see people mess with each other, see people screw around. I love social areas where there's a lot of population density, like I said earlier, and I'll just pretty much walk anywhere in those areas. It's kind of boring out in the country because all you really see is nature. I mean, I'm a nature person as long as I'm like with 1 or 2 people just to keep me entertained, but I'm just such a big talker that I can't really keep myself entertained unless I'm with someone, or a big listener rather, more, both really. But I like to walk in big cities. Yeah, that's pretty much just the point I'm trying to get at. I've walked dozens and dozens and dozens of laps without getting bored. But that was mainly because there was music pumping in my ears, but still, I love to walk. It just shows that I love to walk. So yeah, I love to walk. Number 4. Earlier I said I like to freak people out, and horror movies, which is number 4, is what I love. The 4th most. I could go on and 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 on about horror movies. Things that creep me out are the funnest thing to watch with friends, because it just makes you laugh and scream at the same time and just build so many great memories that you can always talk about. And it's just that things that like creep me out are the things I find the most interesting. Or at least sometimes, but I'm a big fan of creepy things. I'm gonna creep myself out right now. For the most part, I do like old school horror movies, but the Saw series is like the most original series I've ever seen, because who has ever thought of a serial killer that makes people kill themselves rather than killing someone else, rather than being a big slaughter fest? I mean, I love horror movies that are just a big slaughter fest, American typical horror films, but Saw is just so original. It's one of my favorites. So, just thought I'd throw that out there. It's one of my favorites. And the VHS series, by the way, oh my god. The VHS series is like undescribable. Like, just the way it's filmed, not because it's a found footage, but the way it's set up with all these little random sequences, just the way it's filmed, invokes fear in itself, because just the fact that it's all those creepy little segments within the movie itself. I really hope they make a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, go on with it as long as possible. The Saw series was the #1 hit horror for the early 2000s. Maybe VHS is the next generation of horror. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's it for horror movies, because I just love old school bloody horror movies, gore fest. I just love horror movies. Number 3, music. I'm like a huge supporter of my local music scene. Like when I told you about A Secret Scenario, they're part of my local music scene. I just love my local music scene. I go to local shows like all the time. I go to at least one local show once a month. As for what I listen to pretty much anything except for country. Most of the stuff I tend to like is mainly independent stuff like punk, indie, underground electronic, rock and roll. I just love rock and roll though. But yeah, Green Day was probably my first favorite band I ever encountered. Yeah, I love music. Number 2, magic. Obviously. I mean, that's what this YouTube channel is all about, my magic. Because without magic, I would be nothing. Literally nothing. Social-wise, or even more so, I would be nothing without magic. Magic is what keeps me from being socially awkward. It's an easier way for me to connect with people, because it's always been difficult for me to connect with people my own age. Throughout middle school, throughout elementary school, throughout my entire life, it's always been difficult for me to connect with people my own age. As much as I love people and love to listen, sometimes I gotta talk, and without magic, I can't really talk to them. I can't respond to them in some sort of way. It's just my way of having fun with people, my way of messing with people, my way of keeping people and myself entertained. Kind of like with laughing. People think I'm a creep for it, but it doesn't matter. I just love magic. I make people laugh because of magic. It's an easier way to connect, it's a funner way to connect with people, and a much more exciting way to connect with people. Because like I said before, I love unexpected surprises out of people. Magic does that right off the bat, like that. Like that. Like that. Number 1. As always, friends and family, to sum it all up. I couldn't live without them. And friends and family always come first. Shout out to Saltine City for letting me use their track. And speaking of friends, their lead singer is one of my friends. He's wicked cool, so go on Facebook, give their page a thumbs up. They're a pretty sick band. I love them. Shout out to them for letting me use their track. It was wicked nice, and it's a pretty awesome song too. It's a pretty damn cool one. I love the opening bass line. Comment below and let me know who or what you can't live without. It's Valentine's Day, guys. Gotta admit your thoughts. Gotta say who and what you love. So comment below. Also, if you enjoyed this, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That's all for today, guys. Peace out.